Alright you guys, Future Me here. I just want to let you guys know I got an email from SEQURE as I was editing this video, and I want to show you what that email was. So stay tuned to later on in the video and I will show you guys what that email was all about. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to RC Car Garage, and in today's video we got something new from SEQURE. This is the Ant ESC and 1520 brushless motor. Let's open this guy up and let's see what it looks like. So once you open up the packaging, you are welcomed by some gearing and some battery terminals here. So you got double-sided tape, you got the Velcro double-sided tape there, you got the gears, you got zip ties, and the battery terminals there. In the package also comes a Wi-Fi link. So it comes with a Wi-Fi link where you're actually able to program, change settings and everything onto the ESC, which is a nice feature that SEQURE actually sends it with the kit. You can buy each and everything separately, but you can get the whole kit with the Wi-Fi link for a grand total of $54 right off their website. And for $54, this kit with a Wi-Fi link, that's a very, very good deal if you want to go ahead and change any settings or anything into the ESC. Very good SEQURE for that one. Here in the other bag, we do have the 1520 3500 kV outrunner motor. But look at that machining on that, guys. Look at the machining on it. That just looks absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, there are 6 different mounting holes onto this guy. I believe it mounts directly onto the SCX24, the TRX4M, the Red Cat Ascent 18, I believe, and the SCX24, or just those 3 and not the Ascent 18. The SCX24, SCX24, and the TRX4M, I believe, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably be able to mount it onto whatever 18 scale, 24 scale you want to put it on. So that just looks, again, that just looks very, very nice. It does have a 2mm shaft. The gears that come with it, they are press-on gears. But on the shaft itself, if you guys can see right there, I'm trying to show it, but there you go. You guys might be able to see it right there. There is a flat spot. So if you want to go ahead and get gear that has a grub screw in it, you're going to be able to mount it on here. You won't have to make a flat spot. It already comes on it. So good for SEQURE for doing that, which is something that a lot of companies probably wouldn't do. They would just have it rounded and then you're stuck with press-ons, or flatten it out and do your own. But yeah, so you can get a screw, you can get a gear with a grub screw in it and put it on here. Last but not least, you guys, we do have the Ant ESC. From what I've heard, a lot of people that have the ESC for their 110 scales, they are extremely happy with it. It runs so smooth and everything. This is my first product from SEQURE, and I'm hoping that it does very, very well. I mean, it is packaged very nicely. Even the box of this ESC, it is a 2 to 3, it does take 2 to 3S LiPo, 50 amp BEC, 6 volt, I'm sorry, and a 6 volt BEC. But look how wide that thing is, you guys. My finger will cover it. You can't even see it right there. If it wasn't for the wires, you wouldn't even know that it was back there. But it's just nice and compact, very, very nice. On top of the box right there, that little white box right there, that little thing, if you guys can hear it, that is the on and off button. So a short press it'll turn on. Hold it a little bit longer, it will shut off the system. So I want to try to put this onto my SCX24 Basecamp and see how that is going to do. So I have the Basecamp here. What I want to do first is I want to give the Basecamp a little run around over here just to show how it does before I put this system in it. So I want to try it out stock, and then I'm going to try out the SEQURE system just to show the biggest difference. The slow crawl, I mean, we all know how the SCX24 performs. The electronics in here are not great. We all know the system in here they are not great. So I'm hoping to upgrade it with this system and test it out. So we're gonna start off with the slow crawl, so you guys can see the slow crawl on this, and that's as slow as it'll go. Now going over the tire, put my hand here just to hold it. Giving it more throttle. As you guys can see, I'm giving it more. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And there, once it gets up there, it just shoots straight up. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that the ESC actually has FOC in there also. But we'll check that out. Come on. So there we go. We all know how the SCX24 Basecamp, we all know how this SCX24 system works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that system into here. I'm going to test it out on the table right here, and then we're going to take it out onto the mini crawler course and test out the SEQURE ESC Ant ESC and 1520 motor out there. Alright you guys, so came up to a little hiccup here. As I was taking everything apart on the SCX24, the motor does not fit onto the transmission, the SCX24 transmission. As you guys can see here, it is not a direct bolt on. You guys can see that. It's really not a direct bolt on to the SCX24, unfortunately. It does work for the SCX24, but it is not going to fit on here. In order for you to put this motor onto the SCX24, you're also going to have to order a motor mount, brushless motor mount like I got right here, and this is where I got it from, DashRC. I got this guy off of Amazon. I will put a link in the description down below where you guys can order this so you guys can be able to mount this motor onto this. The other reason why I went with the SCX24, the Basecamp, is literally because I wanted to use the stock transmitter. I didn't really want to get a different transmitter and receiver and stuff it all in here. I wanted to use a stock transmitter just because I wanted to. And in case anybody is looking at upgrading their SCX24 with this system, just know that with the Basecamp or any SCX24 that has this ESC 2-in-1, you are able to use the stock transmitter for this system. You do not have to change out the transmitter for it. Mainly because there is a slot right there next to the steering. There is a slot there that is for throttle, and you can actually hook this guy, you can actually hook this connection up to it, and you'll have this guy working with a brushless system. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what is going to stay for this rig. So I'm going to go on ahead and open up this guy and mount it onto the transmission. So I'm going to go put this on and be back with you guys when the transmission and everything is ready to go. Alright you guys, here it is. The whole setup is installed, as you guys can see here, and I am extremely happy with the way that this turned out. The motor mount now has the motor facing forward instead of backward like it used to be, so that way you're also not cutting into the battery tray, which is nice, but at the same time you do have to make a little incision, as you guys can see right there on that tray where the ESC used to be. I had to cut that out so that the motor would be able to spin freely, because the motor was literally sitting on top of that tray and wasn't able to spin. So you're gonna have to cut that if you're gonna put it on the SCX24. Now what I want to do on here is show you guys how the Wi-Fi link ends up connecting, and show you guys what the Wi-Fi link and all the options that you're able to do when you have this Wi-Fi link connected. Now when you have it, when you go to connect it, you got to be careful. On the back here it does show you what your positive, negative, and your signal is, so that way you can connect it right and not connect it the wrong way. So that is now turned on. What I'm going to do is go into, I'll bring you guys over. All right, so what you're going to want to do is go to your Wi-Fi, and you're going to look for the ESC Wi-Fi link. Click on that. Checking the quality of your internet connection. Why did it do that? All right, and internet may not be available. I'll just hit connect this time. Now, one of the things I have to do, it should be able to just click on that and you should be able to go onto it. What I've been having to do is go here, view more, and I believe it's manage router. There you go. Once you go into manage router, this is how I've been able to get in here, and you can see everything that this thing has to offer. Sorry for it being a little off here, but this is everything that it has to offer. As you guys can see, you're able to do music, firmware, and here is everything that you're able to do. Your motor timing, why is it doing that? I don't know. But there is your motor timing, your startup range, startup power, PWM frequency, minimum throttle power, maximum throttle power, maximum spin up power. I will tell you what, I don't know a lot about this stuff. So this is everything that you are able to do with it. Now, right down here, it does say active drag brake. If the camera is a little fuzzy, sorry about that. I should probably pull it out a little bit, but at least this way. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but I know the other day I was looking at this and it was working fine. So maximum reverse throttle, it's 100%. I don't know why it keeps doing that, you guys. I apologize. Alright, but here is everything, servo input. Here is everything that you're able to do. Now you're able to mess with the BEC voltage, but unfortunately right now you kind of can't. So I'll click on the BEC voltage, go to 7.4, it just goes back to 5.5 volts. I do not know why. That might be something in the future that they're going to wind up doing. But you can put down your battery cells, your low voltage cutoff per cell, which is at 35 volts per cell. The ESC, again, I don't understand a whole bunch of this stuff, but I'm going to be looking into it to see what all this does. So this is everything that you're able to do. Firmware, you can update the firmware and everything on it. Music. Alright you guys, future me here, and I want to let you guys know I did get in contact with SEQURE about the jitteriness of the ESC and the 1520 motor. They did reply back to me with an email and a couple parameters to adjust to be able to get that jitteriness away. I started messing around with the parameters, started adjusting stuff, and I will tell you what, thank God for that Wi-Fi link because it actually worked. It did work. So if you guys are planning on getting this system, this is great. So let me show you guys what to mess with and how to adjust those two parameters to get that jitteriness away. All right, you guys, so first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your Wi-Fi link, connect it to there like so. And you don't have to turn on the transmitter when you're doing this, just turn that on and your Wi-Fi link is going to turn on right there. So what you're also going to do is you're going to come to your phone here. Of course I gotta use an iPhone, right? So you go to your settings and you hit Wi-Fi, escape. Should come on. There we go. You are on. So what the two parameters that SEQURE told me to mess around with to adjust are the sine power right there, which is at 11. I forget what mine was. I already adjusted it, but you guys can see right here. So you're going to want to adjust the sine power there, and you're going to scroll down to the prot stall. Mine did not have that 3000 on there. I already did my adjustments on here, which is, you can see right there, the prime stall on the left phone. So those two parameters right there is what you're going to want to adjust to get the motor to stop the jitteriness. Turn on the truck. Alright, and now I want you guys to see the motor as it's climbing up this tire here. I'm going to hold onto the tire. So let's see how this goes. You guys see right there, I just stopped, but you guys see right there that it's a little bit of jitteriness, but not as much as it was the first time. That is a lot better than what it was. And there you go. So that's what you guys got to do. Let's get back to the video. So that is everything you're able to do with the Wi-Fi link. I think there's a couple things that they might end up changing or end up adding to the BEC, for instance. So now that this guy is all set up, we have her powered on, but nothing's happening. I'll be back with you guys. This was working. Telling you, this was working. So let me figure out what's going on right now, and I'll get back with you guys. Alright you guys, so that was totally my mistake. So I ended up hooking up the line, the power that's going to the 2-in-1 ESC. I put this backwards, so that was actually my fault. There was nothing wrong with it. I know that it was working. So before we go with the tire, just so you guys can see this thing moving. How about this way? There we go. There you go. That's better. So look how slow this thing can go. And you guys can see right there the motor turning. but it also has some punch in it. Let me straighten this guy out. So that's how slow it goes, and here is max speed on it. So it's really got some speed to it. It's got some speed. So now let's see how it does. Let's see how it does going over this tire here. Here, I'll bring it closer. Here we go. And we'll check out the slow crawl on it. Here we go. I mean, guys, just look at how slow. Hold on, let me bring you guys a little bit closer. Now check out this slow crawl on this. Stuttering a little bit, but you can see that it's stuttering a little bit. Guys, I am super excited, super stoked about this thing. I really am super excited about it. I am dying to take it out to the mini crawler course, or better yet, what I'm going to wind up doing, take it out to the mini crawler course, and a buddy of mine, Mark, he has been on the channel before. We're probably going to go out and test out his rigs, this guy, and we're going to see how they are going to do. So let's go out to the mini crawler course and let's see how this guy does. Let's go.
I am really, really anxious to see how it goes with this kit. And I'm going to take the harder lines just to see the low crawl control, just to make sure, just to see how it does. Look at that. No whining in the system at all. So I should probably move that out of the way, right? A little hot. Drive brake on this thing. Look at that. You can go as slow as you want. Gotta love this color on the Basecamp with that green pearl. Look at that. That slow crawl on the system is very good. Nicely done. Now let's check out the speed of how fast it'll get to here. Pretty quick. There it goes. Oh, try that one again. Okay. So it looks like the Basecamp is having a little issue climbing up this. There you go, almost. Why did I let off? Again, there we go. She's up. But this system, you guys, is very good for the price of it. Very good. Let's try this rock here. So it stutters a little bit right there, but it's going up. I think if SEQURE, I think with the update that SEQURE might be coming out later, will end up helping that jitteriness. Let's try out this line and see how the slow crawl is going to do here. And you can just see how slow you can get this thing to go, and it's so controlled. Makes it look like I'm not even moving. Is it gonna tip? Let's find out. It's so controlled that it gets to a point that the truck is gonna tip, but it doesn't with that slow crawl that this system has. So there is some jitteriness, as you guys can see right there. Oh, Nelly. Is she gonna go? But look at that. Look at that, you guys. There you go. I'm hardly on the throttle, and I have to give it a little more throttle. There's a little bit of a jitteriness in the system here. Let's take the body off. So let's pay attention to the motor right there as it's trying to crawl up this rock. So let's just pay attention to the motor. And you can see that jitteriness in the motor right there. See it right there? So you guys see that there is a bit of jitteriness when it comes to an obstacle. Just accelerate a little bit more and it'll fix that. Now, with the Wi-Fi link, there probably is a way to fix that. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to mess with this, so I kind of don't want to mess anything up. I can play around with it and see what you can do if it'll fix that. So there probably is a way to fix that on the Wi-Fi link when you connect to it. But that is one thing that you should know about, that Again, I don't know if it's because I'm hooked up to the Spectrum 2-in-1. As you guys can see, I have everything hooked up to the Spectrum 2-in-1 ESC. So I don't know if it has to do with that, but other than that, this system is pretty good for the price. $54, I believe it is, for everything. The Wi-Fi link, the ESC, and the SEQURE motor, the brushless motor. A whole brushless system, outrunner motor, $54 with the Wi-Fi link that you can do any adjustments you want to. So I'm going to be messing around with the Wi-Fi link and try to hook it up and see if I can fix that issue of it stuttering when it's trying to climb up. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to on there, but there's just things that I have to look at when I'm going to do it. So guys, with that being said, thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. You all have a good one. Keep RCing.